Alright, you guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with MLB 2K12 and Chris Rose, my player mode. Now, earlier in the day, I sent out on Twitter and it also posted on Facebook automatically. I was just kind of in the mood to answer your guys' questions here. So I've got some of them on here that I'll kind of go over with you here. Colin, we'll go with you first. What do you like, my player or franchise mode more on MLB 2K12? It's kind of tough because, like, with my player mode, I mean, one of the reasons I like it is I don't have to do as much editing for it, and it's a lot shorter. So from a video and commentary standpoint, I actually really like doing the my player mode. But franchise is something that I like being able to play as a whole team, because when it comes down to having like full impact on everything that is going on, I do like that factor that you get in franchise mode that you do not get in my player. But I don't know, I guess it depends on what's going on at any given time. Like, if I'm more in the mood to do commentaries and kind of go through all the editing and stuff, it's definitely franchise. But if I feel lazy, it's totally my player. I don't know, and the thing is too with my player, there's just some stuff that's really frustrating. Like, yeah, in franchise mode, you know, you'll see some glitches and stuff like that, but in my player it affects you so much more if you see a glitch. So I don't know, I'm just not a fan of that. Kenny, let's go with yours next. What game is better, 2K11 or 2K12, and why? I mean, I gotta say 2K12, because the thing is with 2K11, they stopped doing the roster updates for it, so I like being able to have the updated rosters, which, you know, I have here, of course, in 2K12. There's really not too much that's changed. I mean, the difficulty is, I would say, a little bit harder, especially with the fielding standpoint. There's not as much give if you end up throwing poorly and not getting it where you're supposed to. But, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kenny, there really is not that much of a difference between 2K11 and 2K12. I don't know. All right. Now, Drew, when asking about Joel Peralta, do you think it's acceptable for a pitcher to use a foreign substance on the mound? And also, do you think Joel Peralta should be suspended? We're getting into, like, the moral side of things here with baseball. Personally, I don't think that it's fair to be able to use any type of foreign substance whatsoever, whether it's, you know, pine tar, whether you're like Jose Valverde and maybe spitting on a ball. That I don't think it's fair. Now, baseball has a really interesting history when you take a look at pitches as a whole and what has been considered acceptable and what hasn't. Like, when people started throwing the curveball, pitchers were actually suspended from playing in baseball because the curveball was considered unfair. So, like, all you could throw was fastballs, because remember, baseball is like known as like the gentleman's game and everything like that, and so the pitcher wasn't supposed to deceive a batter like that at the time. So the thing is, though, is using a foreign substance has kind of been universally accepted as something that's not appropriate, because I think what's important, and this kind of goes with performance-enhancing drugs too, is baseball is supposed to be a natural game. Like, I feel that if you can make a ball move just by the way that you throw it, that's perfectly fine, because their human element is still there. But once you go ahead and you throw something else into the mix to kind of make a ball break a little bit, using pine tar, whatever it may be, I just don't think that that's cool. Because then that human element isn't in there anymore. There's something else you got to take into consideration. And on the other side, I mean, it's just not something that you train for. So, Drew, hopefully that answers your question. Do I think he should be suspended, though? I don't know. Yes, but probably not that big of a suspension here at all. But anyway, Tom. All right, apart from the Oakland Athletics, who are your top 5 favorite baseball teams and why? Now, my favorite baseball teams are like movies. You asked me 2 years ago what my favorite movie was, and it's going to be completely different than my favorite movies right now. So, now, with what's going on here, let me give you my 5 favorite baseball teams. Now, here's the thing, too, you guys, and you've heard me say this before. I'm a fan of baseball just as the game as a whole. I'm not really big into what team is better. I hate this team. So if your team doesn't make it in my favorite top 5, it's not that I don't like your team. I mean, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday when they asked me, why I like the Oakland Athletics. I told them because, 01 and 02, especially in 02, you saw just the changes that they made. And they were able to work with very, very little. And so this guy's like, so I guess you hate the Yankees. I'm like, oh, not at all. Because the thing is the Oakland Athletics were resourceful. They were using what they had. I told him the Yankees have a lot of money. They're being resourceful too. It's just these teams are using different resources. So it's nothing like that. All right. So top 5 favorite baseball teams. Oakland A's, of course. We've got to be number 1. Number 2, I would say right now, I'm loving watching the Washington Nationals. I mean, you got Steven Strasburg, who's a great pitcher, and then you've got Bryce Harper. Wow, I almost forgot Bryce Harper's name. Just because Bryce Harper is just fun to watch, and like everything that happened to with That's a Clown Question, Bro, I thought that was awesome that he went out and pulled that. That was pretty sweet. So Washington, just because they're fun to watch right now. I would say the number 3 spot just goes to the Kansas City Royals, since the Royals are the team that is closest to me, and I have a lot of memories just going to Royals games over the years, like, seeing Cal Ripken hit home runs, Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, just a lot of big-name players growing up, and that all happened at Kauffman Stadium, so that's something that, I kind of enjoyed. I got to throw the Anaheim Angels in there as well, which is really weird. A lot of people are surprised that I like the Oakland Athletics in the Anaheim Angels. I spent a couple years living in Orange County, so I got to go to some Angels games, and that was a lot of fun. So that would be number 4. Jeez, 5. This one's going to be tough. Of all the teams in baseball, who is my 5th favorite team? I might have to go with the Atlanta Braves. Braves were one of my favorite teams growing up because it was like Greg Maddux, Glavine, Smoltz. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Rocker was just a fun pitcher to watch because of all the crap he would pull. But I'd have to say the Braves as well. So that's my top 5. So A's, Nationals, Royals. Gosh, who did I say after the Royals? Crap! Oh well. Anyway, just go back and rewind. I'm really tired right now. Been messing around with the live stream. Hasn't been working. I'll go more into that here with the Timmy Timmons video coming up next. Alright. Justin, what games do you run on your sweet PC setup? Try out Counter-Strike Source sometime. I do have Counter-Strike Source. It's one of those games, it was like with Call of Duty 4, I got it really, really late. So once I got in the game, everybody was super good, and I was just terrible. I was like, forget this. So I've tried Counter-Strike Source. There's a lot of games that I run on my PC. Every once in a while, you guys know I like to play a game from my PC and post it on YouTube. Really the ones that I've been playing lately, let me get my Steam pulled up. Of course, I like the Total, like any of the Total War games. Rome was what I started off with, like Rome Total War, and then, of course, I've been going up since then. I've got Shogun 2, but I haven't really tried it out that much. But mostly it's real-time strategy games. That seems to be my thing because I like being able to adapt to stuff as it happens. I don't have any sports games on my computers. I don't have... Well, I got a couple shooters. But for whatever reason, I just feel like shooters are better played on consoles. I'll probably get in big, big trouble for saying that. And I'm sorry for some of you. But, I mean, I've got a wide variety of stuff. I mean, I got flying games because I just like to fly every once in a while. But mostly it's real-time strategy. I bought Cities XL 2012. I thought I was going to try that out because that was like $10 on Steam. Every once in a while they run deals. So if you guys don't have Steam, go ahead and play it. But, oh, and then Civilization 5. I've got that too. I like to play that. But that's not real-time strategy. That's turn-based, but it's pretty awesome. I do an MMO every once in a while too, which is why I've been doing Star Wars lately. I haven't played that too much, but I posted it just because I have some videos saved. But I don't know. I might get into an MMO later on too. It's different than Star Wars. But hopefully that answers your questions. A lot of stuff. Seems like if Steam's running a special and something, I'll go ahead and buy it. But And thanks for calling my PC a sweet setup, too. That makes me happy. I'm proud of that. Just putting that all together. All right, Rodney. Do you think the Pirates have a shot at the playoffs? I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid yet for the Pirates. I love where the Pirates are right now, because that was not what I was expecting. I mean, it's totally taken my predictions and just, gosh, totally changed it around from where I thought that it was. So, the thing is, I don't see them being able to hold on to it for too long. If they do, that is awesome. That really is awesome. I would be super excited if the Pirates made it to the playoffs. But do they have a shot? Yes. Will they? I don't think so. Tom, you asked me another question. Who do I want to see win the NBA Finals? Okay. I'll probably draw some flack for this one, too. I want to see the Thunder win it. The team that I liked growing up when it came to basketball was the Seattle Sonics with Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. I mean, I had a Gary Payton jersey. My friend had a Sean Kemp jersey, and we would wear them at school at the same day and stuff like that. So when they left Seattle to go to the Thunder, I stopped following them that much, and that's actually when I started getting away from basketball. Like, I'm not a basketball fan. Now, I'm not saying I hate basketball. I just don't follow it as closely as I do baseball. But I'd like to see the Thunder win it, but it doesn't look like their chances are too great at all. But that's all right. This kind of stuff happens. Hopefully they'll have some more success in the future. But, Corey says, would you ever do another NCAA 12 online franchise? The thing is, I mean, I'm still debating it right now, because the thing was last year it was fun for the first few weeks, and then you always have that one person who never plays their games, and they get really mad at you when you go ahead and simulate it, because you know you got 12 players in an online dynasty, and if one person doesn't play, 11 people have to wait. So needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. So I go ahead and I advance it, and then I get all of this horrible, Dunbar, you're a horrible person, blah, 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 blah. And then with everything that's going on right now, too, with what's going down on just moving and stuff like that, my NAT settings are set to moderate. So what happened last year is I was going against somebody, but I couldn't play them because my NAT settings were all jacked up. And then there went that whole week, and I wasn't happy because I'd have to simulate it. And then, like, if the other person lost, I'm sure they wouldn't have been happy because it was simulation. But I don't know. So I'm still thinking about it. I just know that there's going to be problems, as there is, you know, with any online dynasty. And the thing is if I go ahead and say, hey, we're going to be doing an online dynasty, you guys who wants in. You know, I can't tell if somebody really is going to take the time to kind of go through and play every single time. Because the thing is online dynasty, I think is, I don't know. I don't like starting out with 5-star teams. I like starting off at the bottom and working your way up. That's what I think is the most fun about NCAA. But you really can't get that at all if, I don't know, if you're just playing one season. So I like to play multiple seasons. It just doesn't work out for everybody. So, I don't know. I'll announce it later on if I do have an online dynasty. Chances aren't looking too hot right now that I'll be doing one. But if I do, you guys will know about it here. I just probably won't post it either because, I don't know. Some people don't like that. All right, Joseph. Sorry if you go by Joe, but what teams would I like to see face off in the World Series? All right, if I could see anybody face off in the World Series, I would like to see the Oakland Athletics and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Surprised you there, huh? No, I really would like to see those two teams because the thing is I'm all about going for the underdog, and with these two teams, you know, being the least likely, I think, from each division to be able to make it that far, I think that would be an awesome playoff. I mean, think about it. If two completely two teams that you would not have thought go to the World Series go. Just think how much, like, excitement would be around that. I don't know, but from a more realistic standpoint, who I would like to see play, I would like to see the well, the thing is the Rangers have the best all-around team in baseball. So what I'm trying to think of is a team that would be good against the Rangers. I mean, with the Nationals and what they're doing, if they play, 100% without making too many mistakes, I think that they could give the Rangers a run, but I really can't think of too many teams in the National League. Oh, I guess I'll say the Dodgers. Dodgers at full health. So, Rangers and Dodgers, I think, would be a great World Series. But it's going to take some time for everybody to get healthy again, and then they got to work into some stuff. But, all right, Landon. Why did I stop posting Skyrim videos? Sorry that they were your favorites. The thing is, anytime you do commentaries, and I know, Landon, you know this, it's always important to reevaluate what you're doing, because if let's say I was still playing MLB 2K10, I don't think I'd be getting too many views on there. So you got to go through a rotation of games. I think that's healthy for the viewers, but also for me too. Now, Skyrim was something, though, that not only was I rotating it out, but the amount of time that went into it versus how much I could actually put on YouTube was pretty ridiculous. Like, I could play for 2 hours, and I could only get a 15-minute video out of it. So I'd have to play 8 hours a week, to kind of, well, no, I take that back. I'm totally thinking a wrong type of setup. But, 2 hours a week, I don't know, not cool. But, I don't know, it was something, too, that Skyrim is something a lot of other commentators do. And the thing is, and this holds true with Call of Duty as well as Skyrim, in my opinion, you guys. Since there are so many other commentators that play that game, it's really hard to separate yourselves from them. So, like, with me, because I'm a huge fan of baseball and I love it, baseball has always been the emphasis on my channel, and I think you guys know that. So when I started posting Skyrim, it was like, I'd go ahead and get, maybe 300 views or something like that, and then a baseball one would get over 1,000. So I'm like, all right, well, do people really, really want to watch Skyrim? Because what that leads me to believe is when I post Skyrim, somebody's like, oh, Skyrim. Let's go ahead and skip that. Let's go watch some baseball or something. So I'm always trying to meet the demands of you guys and what you want to see. If there's a series that you guys don't watch that much, like, for example, Tank Busting Tuesday, that's kind of the same thing as Skyrim. I'm thinking of getting rid of Tank Busting Tuesday, or at least maybe play a different game to try to see if that's more entertaining for you guys. So it's just me trying to make a smart decision, trying to make things entertaining for you, and provide you the best entertainment possible. So, sorry, Landon, if you like that. I don't want to, make you mad or anything like that, but maybe I'll post something a little bit later. But, jeez, I haven't played Skyrim in a long time. I'd be afraid. I don't even know how to swing the sword anymore. But, all right, last question here from Matt. Do you think R.A. Dickey is the front runner for the Cy Young thus far? Yeah, I would say so, and that's a pretty big surprise for me here too, because when you think about it, a knuckleballer for the Cy Young is just a huge surprise. The knuckleball is a crazy pitch, and I never thought I'd ever come across somebody who was having as much success just pitching as Dickey is having with that knuckleball. So, man. Yeah, he's gotta be there right now. But oh, there's some more questions here, actually on the fan page. So let me get to that. Matt Dunbar, who will win the NL and MVP awards? Very, very early for me to be able to call that one. I would say when you look at NL, I might say Joey Votto right now. AL MVP, Hamilton maybe. I don't know. That's just what I would call it as right now. But, we've got plenty of baseball season ahead of us, too. That could change super, super fast. Joey asked, what's my favorite NFL team? I got so many to choose from. Niners were the team I grew up with, but the Bucks, They were the team that I used to play as in Madden all the time, so like I have a special bond there with the Bucks. But I don't know. I'd say if I had to choose one, I'd go with the 49ers. Wade. All right. What's the main problem with the Padres? I wouldn't necessarily say there's a problem. I'd just say they're in rebuilding mode. When that's the case, of course, you're not going to be performing up to par. Now, the thing is, Padres are looking at making some moves here to get some more prospects. I think in a few years, the Padres are going to be a lot better than where they are right now. It's just one of those things where you have to wait. And I know it's really, really tough. Trust me, I know this is tough. Me being a fan of the Oakland Athletics, you know, we've been rebuilding for, gosh, who knows how long. But I don't know. I just think the Padres are rebuilding. It's just that. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I don't think they're necessarily like distracted by anything. I know there's stuff going on with, you know, the sale of them and everything like that, but I don't think it's a big deal. And then Wade asks again, there have been trade talks involving Kevin Youkilis. Do you think he'll stay in B-Town or go to another team? If the money is right, I could see Youkilis going to another team. The thing is he's going to have to go to a team that needs some offense. So, I mean, I could see him being picked up by the Pirates, as well as a couple other teams here. Oh, crap. Sorry. You don't go by Wade. You go by Andy. So, my bad, Andy. But, yeah, I mean, I could see him getting picked up by the Pirates or somebody like that. But if he stays in Boston, that would be cool because, you know, Youkilis is known for playing in Boston in my eyes and everybody else. So, if he stays there and retires there, hey, power to him. I've got a lot of respect for the players who stay with the team their entire time. Brandon, all right, if you could pick one ballpark to go to, what park would it be? If there's one park, shoot, I'd have to say Fenway for the history. Now, Yankee Stadium, too, is super, super close. I mean, I'd call those two tied, like Fenway Park or Yankee Stadium. The reason why I'm saying Fenway, though, is when Yankee Stadium was redone, it's not the same one, of course, that, you know, the Yankees had played at for years and years and years. But there's still a lot of history, and that's one of the things that I liked about what the Yankees did once they built the new Yankee Stadium, is trying to preserve as much of the history as they possibly could. But, you know, Fenway is a nice ballpark, a lot of history to it, and it's the original Fenway Park. So, I don't know, I think I'd go to that one here if I had the chance. But, I don't know, a lot of ballparks. I'd love to be able to go to every single ballpark by the time I die. Like, if I could go to each stadium in a season, that'd be a dream come true. But. All right, so those are all your questions. Thank you, you guys. I kind of wanted to do a little Q&A thing. If this is something you guys want me to do on a regular basis, thumbs up. Somebody post it, and then everybody thumbs up it. I'll go ahead and just comment on, or I'll go ahead and put another one of those things out here where I just say, hey, I'm going to be doing question and answer, and you guys answer. Now, this time I was able to get everybody because, I don't know, I kind of wanted to do this, and this is a little bit of a longer video here that I didn't want to cut down necessarily, but let's go get to the gameplay. So Chris Rose here, of course, pitching for Akron, the AA affiliate of the Cleveland Indians here. I've let one run go by. We're up 2-1. So this is what I like about pitching with Chris Rose, and just a pitcher, my player as a whole. You have a lot of influence on what's going on with the game here. So with me being able to pitch pretty well, that's all right if I'm not hitting too well. Even though I've been hitting in this game, I just mean my team as a whole. So I've got to be able to hold this team here in the 9th inning. Now also I can take a look at getting a complete game and get a lot of skill points through this. All right, 2 outs now. That's not too shabby for us here, but a lot can happen. You can see I'm wobbling a little bit. I'm tired. I probably shouldn't be in here. I'm surprised the computer hasn't pulled me quite yet, but should I say the computer knows what it's doing? I don't know. All right, so my fastball has been my best pitch so far this game. I'm going to try and rely on that one. That one goes foul. Not by much, though. I was worried there. At least I get the goal pass here of being able to get the first strike, get some skill points, help me out a little bit. So we've got to finish this off here. I'm going to go ahead, try the curveball. Man, why didn't he catch that? Computer totally could have got that. I think I got the shaft right there. Runner on first here. That is the tying run. Now I got to induce a ground ball out. All right, so the 12-6 curve has really been a problem for me the last 2 games. Every time I throw the 12-6 curve, it feels like the computer's been able to get hits off of that. So I got to be careful about when I throw it here. So the fastball, that one was barely a ball. There's a lot of times the computer's going to call that one a strike, but apparently not right there. Another ball? Really? What is up with this ump right now? All right, let's try the 2-seamer. Bring it back in. That one goes foul. Thank you. So finally I get a strike here in the count. So we're looking at 2-1. Let's try to throw a high fastball here. Oh, man. Oh, that one's in the gap, too. Runners get around third, come home. That's going to go ahead and tie the game up. Not happy about this. So, ground ball. I get pulled at that point. Now, we win in extra innings, but the thing is I don't get the decision on that one. So, still 1-0. I get 820 skill points, which is not bad. I'll go ahead and take that as well. I'll be spending that here pretty quick and hopefully building myself up to get to the majors pretty quick. But again, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the questions, too. More to come here in a couple days with Chris Rose. So, I appreciate you guys watching, like I said. Subscribe if you haven't already. You guys know I'm on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. You can find me there. Thank you again. And as always, I hope you guys...